Erev Tov, please rise for the Hatikva, followed by our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does I'm glad that I'm here with some friends that I know, always there with a smile, saying you're not alone, singing la 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 la, que sera. Yesterday is history, no, you gotta get through it. Tomorrow's a mystery, so let's just do it. And even when the rain falls, you and I will stand tall. No matter what you go through, I'll never leave you. So you gotta be strong, strong. Live out the words of the song, song. Together is where we belong. Long, there is our fate, keep it on. At the end of the day, some you win, some you don't. So I'm glad that I'm here with some friends that I know. Always there with a smile, saying you're not alone. Singing la 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 la, que sera.
It's been a long day. Had enough, given up, it ain't okay. We don't care what the world say. Spread love's the only way.
You gotta be strong, strong. Live out the words of the song, song. Together is where we belong. Long, there is our fate, keep it on. At the end of the day, some you win, some you don't. So I'm glad that I'm here with some friends that I know. Always there with a smile, saying you're not alone. Singing la 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 la, que sera. World keeps spinning and we keep falling, but the world keeps spinning and I stop winning, but I know that we're gonna be alright. We keep falling, but the world keeps spinning and I stop winning just as long as I got you by my side. We keep falling, but the world keeps spinning and I might stop winning, but I know that we're gonna be alright. At the end of the day, some you win, some you don't. So we're glad that we're here with some friends that we know. Always there with a smile, saying you're not alone. Singing la 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 la, que sera.
Shalom Shalom Yerushalayim Yisrael Ha'avayim Yehi Shalom Lefelech Shalom Be'armenotayim Lemanachai Be'reyah Adam Rana Shalom Ba Leman Beit Adonai Eloheinu Avat Shatova
Good evening and welcome to SAR's 48th anniversary dinner. My name is Sharon Freudenstein, and together with my co-chair Jessica Muss, we are especially excited to celebrate with you tonight because we know that we cannot take for granted how fortunate we all are to have this school, this home, and this community for our children. This place is magical, a reflection of the community, its values and compassion for one another. And tonight, as you entered the high school, you may have noticed a new piece of art, the SAR Ribbon Project. To create that art, we asked every student to inscribe on a ribbon that which made SAR magic or special to them. The messages were heartwarming. The answers differed, but all were variations on the theme that SAR is a home and a community for so many. Take a moment to look at it on the way out this evening. The messages are quite special. On another magical note, we share exciting news. This academic year, through your generosity, we have raised over $4 million. To achieve this level of giving at the midpoint of the academic year is a record. We are positioned to fund every qualified scholarship and every amazing program that emerges from the hearts and minds of the talented SAR faculty. But actually, this is not magic. This has been achieved by the hard work by our dinner committee, vice chairs, and by the generosity of the community who give from the depths of their souls, who recognize the value of an SAR education, and who also wanted to recognize the contributions of our honorees tonight.
Good evening, everyone. The individuals we honor this evening have made outstanding contributions to SAR. We recognize Dr. Mark Shinar's leadership, Deborah Shapira and Barry Stern's commitment, and Donna Solomon's talent. We will hear more about each of our incredible honorees and their contributions shortly. We know our children experience the magic of SAR every day, whether it's through a special program, an inspiring connection with a teacher, the grand conversation, or lighting Hanukkah candles on the steps. Our children flourish from the special aura that is SAR. I like to think of it as the Shekhinah that descends upon West 254th and 259th Street, Monday through Friday during school hours. Not only do our students thrive here, we too reap the benefits of this magic. We hear their thoughts about current events, Eretz Yisrael, a cool science experiment, a grade-wide Shabbaton. We hear their hopes and dreams for the world and for themselves. We are bursting with pride at the fine mensches they are becoming, and they are enjoying the process. To me, that is the magic of SAR. Our parent community is also magnificent. You volunteer for school projects such as Learning to Look. You mentor a high school senior. You donate your time and your resources, even if it's just walking through the front door and popping into the development office to ask what you can do. And all of what you do is nurturing the future leaders of Klal Yisrael and beyond. The $4 million raised to date is a remarkable achievement, yet there is so much more we can do. There is no limit to what we as a community can achieve if we each make SAR, our children's school, our priority. With your continued support, we know our school will soar to even greater heights. Thank you, Rabbi Harkstark, Rabbi Kraus, teachers, and administrators for dreaming big and making all the magic come to life.
In an age of short sound bites and decreased attention span, we have decided to shorten the program by 10 minutes by thanking everyone at the end of the program with on-screen rolling credits. We are so grateful for everyone's contribution tonight. We could not have made tonight possible without all of you. Thank you.
Keep it short. Thank you, Sharon and Jessica, Andrew and Risa, for making tonight's event particularly successful. Kol hakavod to you for a job well done. We are honored by the many spiritual leaders who are with us tonight, and I apologize in advance if anybody's left out. Thank you to Rabbi Yitzi Ginak, Rabbi Shmuel Hain, Rabbi Stephen Exler, Rabbi Anat Sharbat, Rabbi Asher Lopatin, Rabbi Barry Dov Katz, Rosh Kehillah Dina Nyman, Rabbi David Silber, Devorah Steinmetz. Thank you very, very much for being here tonight. To our elected officials who are here and presented to our honorees, Congressman Elliot Engel, New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer, State Senator Jeff Klein, New York City Councilman Andrew Cohen, Assemblyman Jeff Dinowitz. Thank you very, very much for all that you do to support our school and our community. Thank you. When Paro challenged Moshe this morning and asked him the famous question, Mi v'mi ha'holchim, who will be going with you on what seemed to be only a 3-day journey to celebrate an unknown festival, Moshe famously responded, Bina areinu vizkenenu nelech, bivanenu vivnotenu, bitzonenu vivkarenu nelech, ki chag Hashem lanu. We will go with our old and with our young, with our sons and with our daughters and with our cattle, because this is a festival for God. To me, these words sharply echo the values of SAR in two ways. First, when the service of God is seen as a chag, something that is attractive and full of life, that incentivizes all to join. When learning is fun and engaging, festive and meaningful, then the service of God indeed draws everyone in. The hallmark of this wonderful school, which we celebrate tonight, is really that. Chag Hashem Lanu. Every day, every class, every conversation, every interaction is an opportunity for Chag. It is core to our mission to focus on the positive, to focus on love of God, love of community, love of learning, love of Medinat Yisrael, and of course, love of children. This Chag informs the decisions that we make, the programs that we run, and the classes that we teach. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank the faculty and the administration of SAR Academy for creating that environment that we are here to celebrate tonight. But I think that the converse is also true. As we know, a true Chag is one that makes sure to include all. If it does not include all of our sons and our daughters, our young and our old, it is not worthy of being called a Chag. Chagim cannot be exclusive. No Paro, we will not choose a select few to celebrate. Those may be the values of Mitzrayim, but they are not the values of our God. I am proud to be part of a community whose generosity, inclusivity, and tolerance knows no bounds, and to celebrate that tonight. I am honored for the first time to welcome tonight the lay and professional leadership of Sinai Schools, whose partnership with SAR will allow us to make sure that no child is excluded and that all can truly benefit from the environment that we are able to offer. We are truly excited for this new partnership and appreciate your presence. The efforts leading up to tonight make that all possible. To our lay leadership, Thank you for providing the vision for this institution and for implementing it with grace and humility. To everyone here, thank you for supporting that vision by entrusting us with your kids for 180 days a year. All right, maybe 170. And to tonight's worthy honorees, thank you for living all of these values in your own lives and for using them to strengthen our institution. So tonight we can truly say, Ki Chag Hashem Lanu, it is truly a festival for all of us as we strengthen and support the values that we deeply believe in. Thank you. Please direct your attention to the screen.
Art for me is an instrument to deliver a message.
Probably around 8 years ago, I visited Donna and David in their home, and David said to me, "You should really do some artwork in your school."
Anyone who has ever collaborated with Donna Solomon knows that she starts with a vision, a complete vision. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila.
This part's part of the school. It's all started from a small project when my kids were in nursery. And as the kids kept growing, the project kept growing. And it was from doing a project from a small class to the whole entire grade and then for the whole school.
She had the vision and she knew the steps to take to make the vision happen.
Whether it's V'yasita Hayashar V'hatov or Yerushalayim or Kedusha, she thinks about the details. She'll spend hours.
She imbues everything that we do here with a sense of imagination, purpose, and meaning. She sort of just appears and is like, okay, I have this amazing idea and it's gonna be epic and I'm gonna do it in my garage and I'll just show up one day and it's gonna be amazing.
When you take something on, you miss not a single detail. You dream about it, we can barely imagine what it's gonna look like, and it becomes the most magnificent reality.
When you walk through SAR, you could see and feel Donna's touch in so many aspects of our school, from the murals and banners that adorn the walls that are related to so many of our themes in the past few years, to the projects in the different grades, to the backdrops for our plays.
Look at this wall, you can actually able to see over 900 children within the school that took part of this wall.
Something that was very important to Donna as she was designing the mural was not just that kids generally should be involved, but that every child should individually have a piece that he or she knows was his, and really allowing kids to feel that their contribution makes a difference in the great things that we produce.
Someone like Donna could really be the only one who'd do that because it comes from like her head, her heart, and her hand, and her desire to connect to everybody.
I think we all have some strength within us. And we all have to use those strengths in order to deliver a message in the world, to educate our children. So for me, it's art.
At SAR, we value experiential education. Donna brings that to our school.
She's a lightning rod for creativity in others.
Mazel tov, Mommy.
Mazel tov, Mommy.
Mazel tov, Mommy.
Donna, tonight is your special night. We appreciate everything that you've done. You're very talented, you're very focused, you've worked very hard.
I cannot wait for the next project.
How fitting to be honoring Donna Solomon tonight with the Michael Schreck Community Service Award. This award was named for Michael Alav HaShalom because he was all about community and all about heart. I think he would have been so proud to know there are people like Donna who continue to prioritize making this school community a place of Chag. Donna, you're an extraordinary, powerful part of making the service of God at SAR positive and attractive. But you're not only an incredible artist, scientist, designer, and teacher. You empower all of us, students, faculty, parents, and grandparents, and make us all feel like we are partners in your inspired artistic journey. Donna, there, right? It is my great honor to call you up to express our profound appreciation and present you with the Michael Schreck Community Service Award. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. ערב טוב ושבוע טוב. ברשות הוריי, רבי קראוס, רבי הרסטק, מורים, רבנים, and everyone who has come to celebrate SAR. Thank you for all people who were involved and made this night possible. Sorry. It's a big night for me. It's a great honor to receive the Michael Schrag Award. I receive it on behalf of all the people who work together with me in serving our SR community. Every one of us experienced a moment in life which raised the need to create, write insightful, draw a picture, or make any other creation. In Sefer Bereshit it's read, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elokim la'asot. The last 4 words are the most critical, asher bara Elokim la'asot, which God created in the making. But literally those words mean which God created to make. So what exactly does that mean? In the word la'asot, to make, Hashem transferred to us the responsibility for completing the world as his partner, to express our strong internal voice and to put our unique stamp in a way that leaves the world different than it was before. For me, my mission is to accomplish it through art. And just like art is developed in multiple layers, so to any project that I undertake, that we undertake, it is a series layers of serious opportunities and challenges. It means that every project, every act is more than the surface. It is about more than what we can readily see. Volunteering is no different. Volunteering is not about large-scale dramatic results. Volunteering is a series of small acts of kindness, consistent gestures, all of which have the potential to change life. For me, volunteering is not a choice, it is a responsibility. Tonight, we all share the same inspiration. We are all here to celebrate and express our appreciation to our home school, SAR. What I love about SAR is the school ability to recognize talent and potential and to make it come to life. The sensitive encouragement of anyone who walks the campus to achieve the impossible, to teach by example, and to have a vision. These are the same lessons my parents raised me with. Sending our kids to SAR comes with the sense of security that our values will be reinforced by Torah, Avodah, and Milut Chasadim. You see, even though this featuring film is about me, I'm not here alone. My beloved husband, David, taught me that we have responsibility to do good and to make positive contribution. Our children, Didi, Jonathan, and Yaakov, my biggest fan, continue to push me beyond my limit. My brothers, who continue to inspire me, and my dear friends, who support all my endeavors. As you can see, I'm one of 100 people who worked selflessly to make it happen. They are generous people who have contributed their time and effort to make SR what it is today. And among those are all of today's honoree, whom I would like to wish Mazal Tov. I always felt blessed my entire life, meeting people who trusted me and allow me to provoke my ideas. For me, conducting project has become personal, a dream to inspire and to present it with work of art, with one basic theme, Jewish values to highlight our remarkable heritage. But this mural was not my dream. This mural was an opportunity. It gave me the chance to realize someone else's dream, Immanuel Frankel, Zichrono Livracha, whose generosity made the mural possible, whose life mission was to exemplify the theme of Ve'asita Yashar V'Tov Be'enei Hashem, to be righteous and good in the eyes of the Lord. In his vision of promoting this idea, he chose art. As turned out, this one-year-long project became a mission around which over 1,000 people collaborated, gave, and participated, all while exemplifying the behavior guided by the principle of V'asita yashar ve'atov. I would like to thank all of you who helped me make it possible. It's been my privilege and my honor to participate in our children's education. It is our job to make the dream reality, a work of art. Thank you.
Erev Tov, good evening. Thank you to all of you for joining us tonight in celebration of our beloved SAR and in support of the SAR Scholarship Fund, which aids so many students in their quest to receive an outstanding Jewish education. Before anything, I would like to take a moment to express Hakarat HaTov to a number of people who have helped make this evening possible. First, I'd like to say thank you to Karen Kuflick, our video producer, for putting together tonight's video. To our journal chairs, Rachel Cohn, Sandra Greenstein, and Alice Liebowitz, thank you for all of your efforts and your coordination for this tremendously successful evening. And finally, to our alumni chairs, Talia Lerner-Dweck, Zev Hyatt, Sam Zakai. They deserve a tremendous round of applause. Thank you, guys. I have to say that it's important to note that more than 100 high school alumni supported this event, and there are close to 100 who are here this evening. Thank you to all of you for being here tonight. The SAR experience is shaped by a love for Yahadut, for Torah and mitzvot, alongside an openness to the world. It is a place infused with love for Medinat Yisrael, and where students develop a sense of care and concern as citizens of the world. They learn the best that has been taught, while they learn to be a mensch and to care for others. And SAR education provides students with the opportunity to discover themselves, their strengths, their challenges, and the confidence to make a difference. This coming Shabbat, we will read of Kriyat Yam Suf, the splitting of the Red Sea. On the heels of that miraculous event, the Jewish people sang to God, Az Yashir Moshe Avnei Yisrael. In our daily liturgy, this has been called Shira Chadasha, a new song. Shira Chadasha Shibchu Geulim L'Shimcha Al Sfat Hayam. Rav Hutner explained that it was not just the song itself that was new. It was the very concept of singing to God that was new. According to our tradition, we discovered at that very moment the capacity of human beings to infuse the world with spirit and song in praise of God. And if ever there was a school that was shaped by the spirit of Shira Chadasha, by that spirit of song, it is SAR. At SAR, kids spend their day with faculty, teachers, and administration who infuse the school day with Shira, with that spirit and song that serves as praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. With faculty who love them, care for them, and think about them as parents think about their own children. The SAR faculty brings together the joy of learning and the love for students in the most inspiring way. And in our high school, the teacher's teacher, the one who inspires that feeling of inspiration in our teachers, is our beloved Dr. Mark Shinar. Mark, we are so proud to honor you this evening, but before I say more, I ask you all to please turn your attention to the screen.
I want to start by saying that I hate that I'm leaving SAR.
He is so much a part of the best that is SAR.
The values of the institution are so deeply and intimately intertwined with who I am and what I stand for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a seat, please.
The thing that I'm most gratified about is the work that I have with the students, with the kids.
Mark loves spending time with kids. He just loves getting involved in kind of their real day-to-day.
First and always, Mark is a teacher. He's a pedagogue.
I love teaching English literature because it's a human endeavor. It's all about relationships.
He finds the essence of that kid, sees the best in the kid, and just has great instinct.
And so much of Mark's leadership, I think, is inspiring students to lead.
What we've said to kids is no matter who you are, no matter what your personality type is, leadership is an opportunity for everybody.
He really believes that every student has a spark in them and has something to give and to share with the rest of the student body.
He always had a personal connection with you. And whatever the issue was, whether you just wanted to go into his office to annoy him, whether it was saying good morning to him during davening, he was always there for you. And he would listen.
He really knows how to appeal to each student's needs, and he knows how to take everyone's interests at best.
It's going to be a great day, SAR. We're going to win.
I've been so moved by how much my students who have graduated here have kept me a part of their lives.
We'll get really long emails from graduates who are a couple of years out and saying, like, thank you for changing my life. Mark has really earned the confidence and loyalty and love of his faculty, and I think that happens because he's willing to do anything on their behalf.
Mark's guidance and leadership is what inspires us to come up with projects that really are to the benefit of our students.
His standards and his capacity for empathy really know no bounds.
Mark, in his great enthusiasm and sense of humor, allowed you to take those chances that maybe you weren't willing to take before.
Year after year, he came up with new ideas, new approaches for professional development, all of it infused with Mark's signature blend of insight, of wisdom, of pedagogical experience, and of humor.
Always talking together about what we can do better, what we can do more, how we can think about things differently.
Mark is my friend, and I think that's actually kind of an amazing thing because he's also my boss. And what's more amazing is that I strongly suspect that almost everybody else who works in this building feels the same way.
It is a debate that Dr. Schwartz and I are pretty much running neck and neck as far as our aesthetic look is concerned.
I think it's pretty well established in SAR High School that Mark brings a sense of style and flair to everything that he does.
I have a little bit more of a classic, timeless feel. Dr. Schwartz is a little bit more avant-garde, I would say. She could not walk in my shoes, nor could I walk in hers.
And there is a language around Dr. Shinar. If you wear a sweater and it's very nice, it's a shinardigan, it's not just a cardigan.
The administration to me is my family. And whenever any of us has something on our mind, we put it on the agenda and we discuss it collaboratively as a team with really one heart.
Mark always brings that sense of fun and playfulness to everything we do.
We're excited for the state of Israel and for the Jewish people that someone with Mark's energy, vision, wisdom, and leadership is going to be starting a school there.
Mazel tov, Abba. Mazel tov, Abba. Mazel tov, Abba.
I have to admit that I did not realize how difficult tonight was going to be. As we honor Mark tonight, it makes the thought of his leaving us that much more real. And Mark has been telling me for 3 months that he expects to see real tears from me tonight, and it looks like I'm going to let him down. But that is classic Mark. He has a unique blend of self-mocking ego that just makes us laugh. It is a rare person who is able to combine the highest levels of professionalism with a bit of a naughty sense of humor, to hold us all to the highest of standards while caring deeply for all who are in his orbit. He can run interference between a faculty member, parent, and student on the thorniest of issues, and each one believes that Mark is on his or her side. He is the teacher's teacher, and yet always open to learning more. Mark, your vision and creativity, your energy and your leadership would have brought a big smile to Audrey Shergin, the ultimate teacher's face. Mark, we love you. We will miss you. We are grateful to have worked with you for all these years, and you know that you will always be a part of the SAR family. It is my great honor to present you this evening with this year's Audrey Shergin Memorial Faculty Award. Mark.
It's the poet
Stratford-on-Avon. Brush up your Shakespeare. Start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare.
You would think from that video I only had one sweater. I do not. I do, however, have a fantastic suit that will have no use in the state of Israel. So there's that. I'm pretty certain one or two more drinks tonight, and I would have got up here and said, just kidding, I'm changing my mind. I'm not leaving. But it is tough. Thank you for the tissues. I was assuming they were for Tully. In the spring of 1999, I was hired by SAR Academy to be an assistant teacher for half a day. As to the rest of my program, because I was just graduated from college, they would not guarantee my own class. They let me be an assistant for Pearl Tabak, who is here tonight. But sometimes towards the end of that spring, before I started working, I got a phone call that the 7th grade teacher was going to be out. Could I come in and sub the class? What are they reading, I asked. They said, Chapter 5 of Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Have you read it? Have I read it? Of course I've read it. Who hasn't read it? Oh, I hadn't read it. So, no, I hadn't read it at all. So, I actually had never even heard of the book. So, like any good student of English literature would do before Google, I went to the library and I got myself a copy of the book and I read the back cover. So I'd never been in a classroom before, but I obviously knew how to teach because I saw Dead Poets Society like 1,000 times. And I walk into the classroom and I tell the kids, I love Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I said, the author is so good at painting a picture of the characters in my mind. Listen, everyone, this is what we're going to do. Close your eyes. Imagine the main character. Imagine Stacy. What does she look like? That's when a boy shouts out, Stacy's a boy. You never read this book. And thus began my teaching career at SAR. I never met Audrey Shergan, but I am absolutely the beneficiary of her wisdom and guidance. See, I was mentored by amazing educators, Millie Rosner, Helene Fechter, Stefa Hassan, Zichrona Levracha, among others. I was taught not just the tools and skills necessary to be successful in a classroom, but I was also infused with a passion for SAR, an institution that I've been proud to call home for more than a decade of my professional career. When I worked at the academy, there was a generosity of spirit and friendship among the faculty, and that culture extended itself well into the high school, largely because of the leadership and vision of Rabbi Hartstark. Many people don't know this, but Tully was an aide at Lauren and my wedding. At the time, he was a Judaic Studies assistant principal at the academy, and I was a general studies teacher in the 5th grade. I didn't know him well, and certainly had never worked for him. But in him, I recognized kindness, wisdom, and most importantly, lifelong friendship. I wasn't wrong. In 2003, when Tully was beginning to build the high school, I walked into his office, and with all the confidence a man of my humor could muster, I asked him for a job in his brand new high school. Tully looked me straight in the eye and laughed. A lot. Fine. 4 years later, 2 years before my contract in Oakland was up, the Director of General Studies position became open again, and my friend and lifelong guide, Riva Tokeyer, picked up the phone, called me, and told me it was time to come back home. Tully waited for 2 years for me to come. Knowing that I work in a place that is so intimately aligned with my own values and ideologies is not just a blessing, it's a miracle. And speaking of intimate, knowing that I come home every day and can look out my window into Binny's house is also not creepy at all. I knew that Shauna got a dog before Binny did. Twice. It's true. SAR is not just a school for me, it's a way of life. It has enriched and changed me, both professionally and religiously, because the institution demands constant self-reflection and personal development. It's actually quite relentless. We would never ask our kids anything we ourselves aren't prepared to do. That means that pervasive in the institution is a culture of learning and hard work. We take the work and the responsibility with the utmost seriousness, all while finding as many reasons to laugh and to celebrate as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we hate writing anecdotals. We do. But we would do them again and again because we love what they stand for, a commitment to seeing each of your children for exactly who they are. In short, SAR is not simply a reflection of the community. It is, in my opinion, a shining example of what a community could be. It is a community that is governed by kindness, by humility, by listening with deep and moral empathy and care. It is messy and it is fearless, and it doesn't rest. The institution inspires us to dream in color, to imagine the possibilities. It creates a sacred space for Jewish practice and thought where Torah and mitzvot speak intimately with the humanities and the sciences. We embrace conflict and we use it to grow. To Rivka, Nancy, Lisa, Alan, and to all of my extraordinary teaching friends and colleagues, I am so honored to stand here this evening accepting this accolade. Together, we have educated thousands of children. Each one can point to at least one of you that has indelibly changed his or her life. You are the makers of the future, and your love and support will carry them and me for years and years to come. To my students, where are you? You have opened up your hearts to me, and you have let me in. Please know that I recognize the remarkable privilege that I have been granted by being a part of all of your lives. Before I go, a few reminders to you. Be kind. Lead by example and with generosity of spirit. Sympathy is hierarchical. Empathy fuels connection. Embrace vulnerability. Give back to this community from which you have so greatly benefited. Proofread your emails and be careful when you hit reply all. Seriously. Love the building, honor the dress code, and for God's sakes, never pay full price at the Banana Republic. Don't do it. To my dear family, my Aunt Stacy, my Uncle Alan for joining me here tonight, my sisters Liron and Nina, my in-laws that are here tonight, all of you have watched Lauren and me grow and become the people that we are today. You have given us unconditional love and support. We love you dearly, and we hope that we make you proud. Dad, in 1999, I called you to tell you that I got a job at SAR. It was my first job. Guess what? I said to my dad, I'm going to make $21,000. Your response was most simple and elegant. You're an idiot. Fast forward 18 years, 2017. Dad, I got a job in Israel. I'm going to be the founding principal of a brand new school, and guess what? I'm pretty much going to be making $21,000. Your response? You're an idiot. Okay, you're not wrong. But you raised me. And I am so grateful that you have instilled within me the value of community and service and Ahavat Yisrael. To Joseph, Aiden, Sam, and Elon, I know that SAR is like home to you. It is for all of us. And I am proud of you for bravely taking the leap as we make this huge transition in our lives. We love you more than you could possibly know. And on behalf of SAR, I am so thankful to you for giving up time with your Abba so that I could do the work that I have been privileged to do. Lauren. You are the strength and the soul of our family, and it is your fearless can-do attitude that allows all of this to be possible. You never stop giving, and this entire community joins me in expressing our deep gratitude and appreciation to you for all that you continuously do for all of us. I love you more than you can know. Thank you. When I interviewed for my position in Israel, one of the questions they asked of me was if I planned on simply opening up another SAR in Israel. I understood from the tone of the question what my answer was supposed to be. No. SAR's wonderful. It's a great school, unique culture, blah, blah, blah. I know that there's a whole lot more out there. I'm not going to open up another SAR. I'm pretty sure that was the right answer. I got the job. But I'm going to take this moment to let you all in on a little secret. I lied through my teeth. SAR, you will be a part of me and my family forever, and I thank you very much.
Place, a zone, it is more like a home. It's a magical space that you make all your own. It's a teacher who cares, it's someone by your side. It's a room without walls, it's a world deep and wide. Not just what you learn, it's who you become. It's loud, it's intense, and incredibly fun. The truth of a text, a test, a game, a prayer, a song. It is never the same. It's a buzz in the air, it's a walk up the hill. It's a grin, it's a hug, it's a why, it's a will. Like a river it flows and connects with the heart. It's much more than a school, SAR, SAR. The mind, the brain, the heart and the soul. The chance to express, to reach a goal. A chat over lunch, a talk with Hashem. A musical morn, a dance with a friend. A win, a loss, a toss, a sign. It is one, it's a team, it's concrete and divine. A lesson to learn, a story to tell. Hakarat Hatov, Medina Yisrael. A light, a word, a gift, a band. A tent, a hall, a savta's hand. Like a river it flows and connects to the heart. It's much more than a school, SAR, SAR. A plan, a seat, a swish, a clap, a door, fulfilling a wish. A bee, a child, a thought, a book, a need, a smile, a gasp, a look. A first, a middle, running out in the rain. A verse, a riddle, an unbroken chain. Like a river it flows and connects to the heart. It's much more than a school, SAR, SAR. A class, a note, the beit midrash. A lab, a show, a neighborhood nash. The point, the way, the path to the truth. The end of the day, indisputable proof. Like a river it flows and connects to the heart. It's much more than a school, SAR, SAR. Like a river it flows and connects to the heart. It's much more than a school, SAR, SAR.
The school wants parent involvement. The school needs parent involvement. We're built on parent involvement.
I have been involved in the school in nearly
every way that one could be involved, from being a class parent to a grade representative, coming to volunteer at the Chesed tent, volunteering with Learning to Look, all the way up to being on the Board of Trustees and being chair of the Board of Ed.
Deborah and Barry are deeply committed to the global Jewish community. They are willing to give of their time and of their resources to strengthen the Jewish community throughout the world.
They understand that providing every child with a values-based education, rooted in Torah, love of Israel and the Jewish people, will ensure our children grow up with the values that we believe are important.
The high water mark of my involvement with the school as a volunteer was the year we did Learning to Look together in the kindergarten at the ELC. And we lived to survive as a couple doing Learning to Look together after that 1 year.
Deborah is in her second year of chairing the Board of Ed, and she has taken this task on as she takes all tasks on.
Deborah deeply cares about SAR. She cares about kids. She cares about learning. She cares about community. She puts her ideas into action.
It's about hearing all perspectives, considering viewpoints, considering the priorities of the school, the priorities of the parents, the priorities of the children, and bringing all of those pieces together to really think about what makes the most sense to move forward.
I've really had the privilege to be involved in very extensive ways. It really is about being a part of a very special, loving, warm, happy community.
There is no part of parent involvement in SAR that Deborah has not touched. She wants everyone to be part of our community. She makes everyone feel that way every time she meets them, with her smile, with her openness. She's the one who brings people together.
Deborah is the master collaborator, and she made me feel like what I had to give was everything and meant the world. All of this helps to build the foundation of trust and compassion and connection, which is so integral to who we are.
Barry stepped up because he believed in the mission of the school and the way that he knew that we could achieve success for every student is by volunteering to go out and make sure that everybody contributed to the best of their ability to partner with the school.
As the chairperson of the Board of Education, Deborah has really made sure that the conversations that we have are thoughtful and productive and that everyone has a voice.
It's not an exaggeration to say that we chose the school with a great deal of thought, have found what we were looking for, and that committing our time and energy there is a pleasure and a privilege.
Together, they have really made a mark for themselves as being very, very generous in spirit as well as substance.
We all want a sense of community, and we all want a sense of belonging. And it is there to be found at SAR.
Mazel tov, Abba and Ima. Mazel tov, Ima and Abba.
Mazel tov, Ima and Abba.
It is truly a zchut to introduce tonight's guests of honor, Deborah Shapira and Barry Stern. Barry and Deborah, you have become incredible partners in building our school, and you are sensitive to both our physical and spiritual needs. Your quiet leadership sets a beautiful example for the entire community in taking on significant roles in our capital expansions as well as in our curriculum development. You make sure that to the best of your abilities, every opinion is included and heard and respected. You look forward and you focus the schools on the issues of tomorrow. And at the same time, you figure out a way to make every interaction, even those that could easily turn difficult, meaningful and respectful. A type of Avodat Hashem that draws others, myself included, in it. It is with great pride and Hakarat HaTov for the entire school community that I ask tonight's guest of honor, Barry and Deborah, to please come forward. Mazal Tov.
What's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? It's #1 in the state.
Hey, hey, take it away. Get
So be true to your school.
Shavua Tov, and thank you, Rabbi Krause, for your kind words. Let me start by saying that we feel very honored to be sharing this special evening with Donna and Mark and to celebrate their wonderful contributions to the SAR community. to the dinner co-chairs, to our many family and dear friends who've served as regional chairs, and to the school staff who've worked so hard to make this evening a success, thank you. It's been our privilege for the past 9 years to be a part of this tremendous and exceptional community. From our very first interface with the school, our very first meeting with Marcia Jacobowitz 9 years ago before our daughter Pearl entered the ELC, we and our children have felt warmly embraced by teachers, administrators, and parents. Deborah and I are grateful for that warm embrace, and in turn for the opportunities we've had to contribute in whatever ways we could to help the school thrive.
I am overwhelmed with gratitude tonight for this lovely evening and all of the friends who are here to share it with us, and also for the many opportunities that we have had to be involved with and to contribute to this remarkable community. I could go on and on about all of the people that I wish I could thank, but in the interest of time, I'll limit myself to thanking just a few family members, beginning with our children, Pearl, Kayla, and Matan. This special evening is made so much more special for us because you're here to share it with us. So thank you for being here. We are so proud of each of you. I know you see us doing all kinds of work in the community, professional work, volunteer work, but tonight I want to tell you that being your parents is the most important job that we do. I'd also like to thank our own parents, although unfortunately none of them were able to be here with us tonight. For both Barry and myself, it was through our own parents' commitment to Jewish institutions, including educational institutions, that we learned what it means not only to care about our community, but also to support the community with our time, our energy, and really with everything at our disposal. If it weren't for them, we would not be standing here tonight. So we are deeply indebted to them for these lessons and for the many gifts that they have bestowed on us.
Finally, to our family, Todd, Adina, Michael, Felicia, Simon, Ellen, Elisheva, and David, we love you, and it's been so great to share our kids' experience at SAR together with you. And I lastly want to acknowledge, representing the generation of my parents, my dear Aunt Rita and Uncle Manny, grandparents and uncle and aunt to no less than 13 SAR students, past and present. Thank you for teaching me and all the cousins of our generation the sheer joy and love of life, family, and friendship. Thank you for being here. I hope I convey to you how much it means to me to have you in my life. I love you both very much. I said to my children a few days ago, this is one of my favorite nights of the year, so let's go on and enjoy the rest of it. Thank you very much. Shavua Tov.
תודה לך, תודה לך, תודה לך, כלי הולך איתך ורק איתך לא יכול בלי תודה לך על חושך ויעבור
Hi. It's harder to be shorter than I was last year, but it's later. I want to thank you all for coming. This was an incredible night. You're an incredible community. Heidi, Binny, Tully has done an amazing job on pulling us all together. The school is doing great. So again, thank you and enjoy the dessert.
Oise mitzvah chaskitano bisimcho Yigagalu loi lasois mitzvah Gedoyla merishoino Oise mitzvah chaskitano bisimcho Yigagalu mitzvah Gedoyla merishoino Oise mitzvah chaskitano bisimcho Yigagalu loi lasois mitzvah Gedoyla merishoino Oise mitzvah chaskitano bisimcho Yigagalu mitzvah Gedoyla merishoino Schar mitzvah Ein li dava kitzvah Wenn mit tut a mitzvah Chab me noch a mitzvah Peirese Oila maze Stamel ila mabo Schar mitzvah Ein li dava kitzvah Wenn mit tut a mitzvah Chab me noch a mitzvah Stamel ila mabo Oise mitzvah chaskitano bisimcho Yigagalu loi lasois mitzvah Gedoyla merishoino mitzvah achas kitano bisimcho Igaglu mitzvah gedoyle meir ishoino Oise mitzvah achas kitano bisimcho Igaglu loi Lasois mitzvah gedoyle meir ishoino Oise mitzvah achas kitano bisimcho Igaglu mitzvah gedoyle meir ishoino